Well, Raptor fans, Raptors lose 132-129 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what it is? Inconsistency. The Cleveland Cavaliers, for the most part, their offense was consistent the entire game. 42 points in the first. Yeah, they had the 22-second quarter. 34 and then 34. But the Raptors had 30. I mean, they had a great first half. They're tying their franchise record for 79 points in the first half. 38 in the first, so you were only stuck 4. But then they only scored 22 in the second, where we scored 41. So you're up 15 at the half. That's great, but you gotta come out firing the rest of the way, and the Raptors just don't. And they don't defend well enough. They let everything easy. All these wide open shots, and the key, they were knocking down their looks. A lot of Raptor threes in this game, they were good looks, especially in the second half. But what happened? 3 of 15 from 3. A lot of people are going to say, well, if we had CJ Miles, we would have won the game. Well, they didn't have Kyle Korver. They didn't have Larry Nance. They didn't have Rodney Hood. Right? I know we miss CJ, but that's no excuse compared to what they had out. And you couldn't get a stop late in the game. That was that. We were matching them basket for basket, but they were playing 3-game, we were playing 2-game, and that was just that. And then when we missed a shot, LeBron James turned into LeBron James. He was a freak in this game, 35 points, 17 assists. He ripped the Raptors apart. OG had a terrible time against him. Siakam had a better time, especially in that second quarter. But other than that, he had his way. And that's the reason they win this game, is because LeBron, he drives, he gets 2 or 3 guys coming towards him. That leaves a guy like Kevin Love wide open in the corner, and he knocks it down with ease because he's a great 3-point shooter, and he's wide open. Now, for the Raps, you saw Kyle Lowry was on fire. He had 24 points and 7 assists and 4 rebounds, 6 of 9 from 3. But the problem is all 6 threes he made and all 9 attempts he made were in the first half. He did not take an attempt in the second half. Why? We all talk about when JV was playing so great in first halves and all that. Why don't you feed him the ball the rest of the way? Well, why was Kyle not taking any threes in the second half? The team shot 3 of 15 in the second half. Why not give it to a guy who's hot? And there's one thing I got to say about Coach Casey. As much as I think he should be Coach of the Year and I have all that kind of great stuff, a stupid, ridiculous move down the stretch. Siakam comes out of the game and in comes Serge Ibaka. And what does Serge do? Fouls LeBron James taking a 3. Then takes a wide open 3, but misses his 3. And then right after that, he's out of the game. Yeah, very productive. Useless. The second half was just a tough time. Serge Ibaka ended with only 6 points, 4 rebounds on 2 of 8 shooting, and he was 0 of 4 from 3. Sounds about right. He had an abysmal time shooting the ball. The bench, you know what? They did their thing. DeLon Wright was great, as much as their minuses on the floor. Pirtle, 17 points, 7 rebounds. Fred VanVleet with 16 points, 5 assists. DeLon Wright with 12 and Siakam with 9. And Norman Powell, guys, what I've noticed with him, he is forcing too many shots. I saw one play, I know you guys could probably figure this one out as well. He tries to dribble straight through 2 guys. And it luckily goes off one of them and out of play, and it's Raptor ball. But that could be avoided, right? And on the defensive end, he's lazy getting back and leaving J.R. Smith wide open from 3. That's not what you want to do. Today was not a picturesque Raptor basketball game. We didn't see the defensive intensity. We saw it in the second quarter, and that was gorgeous. But the first, third, and fourth, nowhere to be found. They couldn't get a stop. Too many wide open looks. And it was just that. I mean, the Raptors as a team shot 55%, but you let the Cleveland Cavaliers shoot 60% from the field. 62% from three and 82% from the line. It was just awful. You know, we had more assists, 33-28, but it doesn't matter because the team shot 44% from three. And some people say, oh, that's great. But like I said, you were 3 of 15 in the second half. Imagine what you were in the first half. Shooting the ball terrific. But this team just really couldn't get any stops late. And whenever we missed a shot, they came back and made a shot. And that was the problem. This team couldn't get consecutive stops and put consecutive buckets in. They couldn't do it, and that was that. It was the first half greatness versus the second half not good defense at all. I mean, after giving up, 64 in the first half, we were kind of optimistic because we're like, well, yeah, we give up 42 in the first, but you only give up 22 in the second quarter. But then you give up a total of 68 the second half. Not good. And the Raptors only scored 50. Not good enough. Plain and simple. You know, it's a regular season game. This game technically doesn't mean anything. But what it does show us is that you need to consistently make your wide open shots. Fred VanVleet had a couple wide open looks late in the game that he missed. DeMar, I'm not too sure about that, but I know Serge Ibaka just looked abysmal from shooting the three. And even on the inside, there was a couple easy, nice little, okay, boom, off the backboard and in, but it rims out. And you're like, buddy, come on, you're killing me. It's just tough, you know? Credits to the Cavaliers who... their offense was killing us today. They were knocking down their wide open shots. It's the story of the game. They got some stops late. You know, DeMar missed a free throw late in the game. Then LeBron missed one. But imagine if DeMar actually got that first one. You would have needed a 2 to tie and a 3 to win. But instead, you needed the 3 to win. And DeMar running up the court with like 3 or 4 guys on him. Tried to check up a 3. Looked for a foul. Kind of was angry after the game, after the play. But I mean... I get it. I understand why he's angry, but come on. Was there any doubt? It sucks. But it's a regular season game. I understand that. But they had a lot of guys out of the lineup today, and the Raptors on the road in Cleveland didn't play that well defensively at all. Other than the second half, or second quarter, didn't look great whatsoever. Now, it's something that, again, we got to remember this team is still a very young team, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Because the bench was the best part of today. And the thing I got to question is, why is Kyle Lowry not taking a 3 late in the game, or even in the second half alone? And why was Serge Ibaka put out there for a very minuscule amount of time just to screw up? Didn't make sense to me. The way Siakam was playing, why not keep him out there? Him and Pirtle have been working in this game. Yeah, they played a lot of minutes. But down the stretch, with 4 minutes to go, when you're in like a 4-point game or a 3-point game, you don't take out your best defensive guy that's playing right now. You let him. If you do that, you rest him earlier. But I'm not gonna rip Coach Casey too much because it's happened. It's whatever. It's all she wrote. It's the way it goes, guys. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. But it's a loss, and the Raptors just couldn't finish. They made their clutch shots. We couldn't. That's the story of the game right there. But you got to move on. So the Raptors get a much easier test Friday at home against the Brooklyn Nets. Good news is for Raptor fans, we got a home stretch, a little 3-game home stretch. You got Brooklyn, then you got the Clippers, then you're at home taking on Denver. Again, all 3 teams are going to fight with you. We saw what Brooklyn did against us in Brooklyn. The Clippers, without Blake Griffin, have looked terrific. And Denver is always a scrappy team that's tough to play, with Jamal Murray, obviously, on that team. You can't take any team lightly. You lost this, and it's going to hurt, and it hurts right now. But you got to give the Cavaliers credit. As much as I don't like Cleveland, and I wanted to win this game really bad because of what Skip Bayless said, you could go look that up, please. But, I mean, they won. And as much as I wanted this Raptor team to win because of what he said, then we lost. And that's all there is to it. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and I mean, it was an entertaining game, but if you're upset about the loss, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. Again, what'd you guys think of this game? Where did they go wrong? What looked good? Who looked good? I want to hear what you guys have to say. We'll talk to you guys Tuesday podcast edition, breaking down everything Leafs, Raptors, Jays, and around the leagues. Link is in the description for the podcast and the podcast channel and the podcast on iTunes. And we'll talk to you guys Jays edition Monday, the last edition of the spring training edition. Hopefully Wednesday we'll get you out a season preview before first pitch on Thursday. We'll talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow, I think it is. It's totally thinking Raptors here. Totally forgot. Yeah, the Leafs are playing tomorrow against Nashville, right, on the road. Not going to be an easy test there for the Buds. And as for the Raptors, like we said, they get tomorrow off to regroup, go home, practice, sleep in their own beds, and take on the Brooklyn Nets Friday night at the Air Canada Center, 7:30 tip-off. We'll talk to you guys then, hoping to get back in the win column and trying to put this tough game behind us. We'll talk to you guys then.